What time is it, my creatives? That's right, it's photo hacking time, and it's your host from Photohacklovers.com. And today we're going to be animating snow from scratch. So that means we're actually going to be creating the snow in Photoshop, and then we're going to be animating it to gear up towards making holiday cards. We're going to take this file, convert it into a smart object, and then paste it into an e-card. So you can make your own animated e-cards, and it's going to be really cool, and we're going to have lots of fun. So without further ado, let's show you what we're going to be doing here. So I'm going to press play. We even have sound effects, bro. So this looks pretty cool. Pretty fun, right? Okay. So what we're going to do here is, if you go to image size, you can see that this is a pretty high resolution here, what we got going on. It's 72 dpi. You can do any size image you want, but first things first, we're going to create the snow. Okay, you can get your sound. I'm going to upload the sound file, the picture file, and everything here. The font that I used, Merry Christmas, let me go ahead and unlock this layer. The font that I used was, let me go to my character palette because I forgot already. It's called the Holidays Regular, and I picked that up at creativemarket.com. I believe I'm going to leave a link in the description below. And let's go ahead and create our snow. This is going to be so much fun. So what you're going to do is you're going to create a new layer. You can use the dimensions I'm using or create your own. So this is what I have, okay? And I'm going to go ahead and close out my timeline just so we can see the whole artboard here. The second step is we're going to fill this layer with gray. So go to your color picker and just type in 636 363, which is a good gray color, and press OK. And then you're just going to press Control Delete, and that's going to fill it all in with gray. And off to the next. So the next, you're going to go to Filter, Noise, Add Noise, and you're going to set it at 220, Gaussian, and monochromatic. Okay? The next step, after you add the noise, is you're going to add a pixel Gaussian blur. So you're going to go to Filter, Blur, Gaussian Blur, and it's going to be set to 2, and then press OK. So the next step, we're going to add a level adjustments layer to our snowflake layer. So we're going to go to Image, Adjustments, Levels. Okay. Now for the left, we're going to put 150. For the middle, we're going to keep it at 1. And for the right, we're going to choose 175. Okay? And that should be good. Now, the next step, what we're going to do is we're going to do an offset pattern filter. So we're going to go to Filter, Other, Offset, and then we want it offset by 100, and then press OK. Now you're going to see a little line at the top here, and don't worry about that. We're going to go ahead and clean that up with the spot healing brush tool. So go ahead and grab that and just click on it and, you know, erase that layer so it's not so visible, that hard line. And we're just clicking, I'm just clicking and dragging. It's as simple as that. Okay, so there we go. And that looks pretty good. So the next step is we're going to define this as a pattern. So go to Edit, Define Pattern, and then I'm going to save it as Snowflake 2 because I already did this before. I'm just doing this for you guys. Okay, so we're done with creating the snow. Now you can add your picture in the background, whatever you like. I'm just going to go ahead and grab the picture that I already had here, I'm just going to grab that picture. I'm going to Control A, Control C it, and I'm going to just paste it over here and then put it on the bottom layer. And what you're going to do is you're going to, we're going to just call this layer Snow. Okay. And this layer that's called Snow, we're going to go ahead and set the fill to 0. And we're going to set the blend mode to screen. Okay. So should look something like that. Now what we have to do is, I'm sorry, I missed a step. We're going to fill this layer with white. That's why it's not working. I'm sorry. Okay, I lied to you guys. Okay, so we're just going to fill that with white. Set the fill to 0, screen, and then we're going to add a pattern overlay. Whoopsies. Okay, now it's working. Okay, so this is our pattern overlay. We're going to snap to origin. Okay, so that's how you do it. I'm sorry, I missed a step. So, just to recap, when you make this layer here, the snow layer, you're going to delete the snow layer we created, create a new layer, fill it with white, set the fill to 0, and then set the blend mode to screen, and then add a pattern overlay of the snow that we just had. And I have it set at 150. You can change the scale to what you want, but that's just what I like and what's comfortable. Then what I did here with the Merry Christmas, I typed out Merry Christmas, and I'm just gonna copy and paste that over here on this layer. I'm gonna create a new layer and put it here. Whoopsies. No, I don't want to create a new layer. I'm just gonna put here and then press Control V, and that's gonna have my Merry Christmas. And I'm going to just make it larger so you can see that. That's looking pretty good. Okay. And what I did over here, I actually had some layer, I'm going to copy the layer styles. What I did on here is that I put, no, I don't want to do pattern overlay. I had a drop shadow on the type. So I'm going to go over here and just paste that layer style of the drop shadow here so it's on here. Now if you want to make it perfectly centered, what you're going to do is you're going to press Control A to select it, and this is going to perfectly align it into the center by clicking this little doohickey here. I have no idea what that's called. Oh, align horizontal centers. Now it tells me. Okay, so yeah, so that will perfectly center it in the middle for you. Okay, so moving on. So now we have our snow, we have our text, and now the next thing that we need to do is we need to animate this son of a bitch. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into the view mode, no, window, timeline, and we're gonna create a video timeline. Alrighty then, so on the snow layer panel, you're gonna select the style, okay? Then you're going to drag this all the way to the very end here, okay? Then you're going to click on this layer here. We'll double click on it, and that's going to bring up the styles palette. And then you're going to select pattern overlay, and you're going to go back to your photo, and you're just going to drag it down 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Okay then, and then press OK. And then you should have an animation of snow. Isn't that cool? That's pretty awesome, right? Okay, so this gets even more fun. We can add the sound effects in here. So if you want to add an audio track, all you have to do is click here and then add audio. Okay, so I went ahead and paused the video so I can add my audio because I have lots of files on my desktop. Obviously, I don't want everyone to see what's in my stash. Okay, so here you have your Christmas sound effects. So Of course, this sound file is larger than my actual file. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drag it all the way to here. I'm going to take this slidey bar thingy and slide it so I can get a good view where I can cut. And then I'm just going to hit the scissors. And then I'm going to select that area that I want to cut off. And then I'm just going to hit the delete key. And that's going to delete it. So then we go back to the beginning and we can hear the music. It's sleigh bells. Okay, so now that we have our file, then we're going to convert this into a smart object so we can make a Christmas card out of it. And that's going to be really fun. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, so a standard e-card is like 470 by 260. So, yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go into print. No, how about photo? I'm going to probably do a default Photoshop size of a card. No, I want it horizontal though. I want it the other way. I mean vertical. That's what. Okay, so I want this to be a 5'7". That's what I've decided. So I'm gonna make it 5 by 7 inches. So 5 inches by 7. That's what we're gonna do. And that's looking good. 5 by 7. Okay, so that's looking more like a card. Okay, so let's go back to our folder. So I've converted this into a smart object, so I'm going to show you what I did. Okay, so I just selected all the layers here and I converted it into a smart object. So you can see that it still works, okay? So what you can do with this smart object is you can take this, Control A, Control C, and then you can paste it into your card and you can shrink it down and you can make an e-card like that. To preserve the animation, you're going to want to save this out as a GIF. So this will be a lot easier to place into your different files. So you're going to go to File, Save As for the web, and then you're going to choose GIF. Now I chose Adaptive and Diffusion, which makes this look the best. And then you're going to go ahead and you know, let it loop forever and save this file out. Okay? And I went ahead and saved that as Merry Christmas. So once you have created your card, you can create this animation using a smart object, or you can save it out as a video and then import it back in. My suggestion is that the quality is going to go down if you create a smart object, as you see here. So it's better to create your animations within your card already. The good thing about this is you can put like candy canes on the outside. You can make this into a really cool scrapbooking thing. You can put snow over your children's folders, and you can add like different stuff around the edges, and you can send these. You can save these out and send these as e-cards to your family members. So this is something really cool for Christmas. I hope you guys like this video, and give me a big thumbs up and shout out, and don't forget to hit the subscribe bell so you can get more videos and notifications like this in your YouTube feed when our next video is coming up. And we're going to be doing the monthly drawing again, so please, if you subscribe to the channel and you subscribe to the mailing list, you have a chance to be entered to win a free goodie basket. So please do that, and when you do sign up, please respond, and also comment on the Facebook page that you have entered into our free giveaway. So you can find us at Facebook groups Photohacklovers, and I will put a link in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. You guys have a wonderful day.